Ragun krata so edi asoma me say memfa ni nyina mebe mo say nwumre no nsia kase ewo oyerepa 100.7 kase fidie so na afei Promise 102.7 and afei Promise TV so ensema ebetodwa bi anwumre ene say Onimonyamfo eye Patricia Piaje akasa ede afa ekwan a empanyimfo enfo na ensi fom se ne beye na mabunu dodo na wo mu ni dwumadi no mo ne na mfie bankere no ye benya wo mo so emfaso afemrahye bedwamu ho no manso onimonyamfo Michael Kwesi Edu a wogina mu ema eye oforukrom abato mpesua sonso akasa afa eye apomode no ho nsam hu chitiru ene chip compounds ahodo akade a eni ho no ma womo ede ebeye adwuma afei yababo awramu owra Malik Basantale a wono na ye CEO edema Youth Employment Agency wono nso akasa ede afa eye Islamic education home sane ebeye na mpanyimfo betimi aso asene ama womo enya Arabic akyerɛkyerɛfo bebre ewo oman mu firi sɛ sɛde eye nkremusum ne sitete ye mabunu no ewo sɛ womo entete no etimi dɔso sane ebeye beboa Ghana nkasa afoforo pi eka ho ene anigide mu nsɛm na nwumrei ye de ni nyina eba beso mo na bohyeba electricals ena asoma sene enwumrei eba no eye gate light ceiling light LED light ene enyirama hoden ho niam bi a wohia de asiesie ofie say eye hotel eye restaurant eye pub anase studio kra na wo set a wohia light ene cameras ni nyina mekanfo bosheba electricals ena ede amam ye wo solar standing fan nso so wa ha eno de ensuo mo awiemo eda ho na eye adwuma fan no betimi abokama kama emfa ho ene dumso ya abayi ye wo standing fan ahodo bebre nso a eno nso so eyisu USB wo betimi the pen drive shim abonyom ye wo fan nketo anso abetimi de bi akura wo betimi de bi nso asan dan ho de adi wudwuma afeba no waya nso a ye wo 1.5 mm 2.5 mm afe 10 mm enyama ne de dos ne ne anigisem abohyeba de abakra ne sesa wo frɛ ya homa na wo kyerɛkyerɛ niema wo hia nyina titiru sɛ wo bɔ ukɔ eye TikTok na wo bɔ bosheba.electricals shema wobon se ye showroom ne beba nya daage netena sem ne hwehwemu yi de wankasa wo pɛ wo kyerɛkyerɛ yen na wo frɛ yen na wo sande usika nko abade a ye bekyekiri ne nyina kufu emfa ho ne Ghana ha bebi a wo bia ye de bebrɛ wo ewo waboboa no wo mpɛwei na wo pɛdeɛn yatena ye no eye miensa ye wo adum eye abrosan kese na ani kegeti adwa no edi nhwɛ ne mu no Bosheba electricals ewo honum sanso so na antiatakofo abrosan ne mu wadum yanso yebutu hon ma ye di adwuma na yatena ye kese no ye wo eye adum prisons runabout ne so hwa udu habon se abrosan mumruntum na ewo ho no obi kra nka nche se aha ne Bosheba electricals se de eye nhwehwe ne si twaguna light ahodo no etwagu no wankasa ubehunu se enye agudie na ye di wa ha frɛ yen ewo ahoman so 0322 030838 0322 030838 and I say 0536 095966 0536 095966 enwumre mi amede kase e baba sommo no edi amejeswa eye nana adusi pokua ahwenne osamufo nso so eye owura Emmanuel Odro Korea afei yembonra kase ni mu Minority leader ewo mrahye bedwamu ena nei what or sorry ye ena no wo kasa na wo hwe a sede eye ensem bebre esi ekoso efa eye ye mabuna wo mo dodo na wo fie no mu ni dwumadi no mo ne na bankere na kyese areho ankasa ne no ena ye maame Patricia Piaje a wo nukure adansa nso egina musem rahye bedwane de ma eye asokwa abato mpesua so sorry no seresem ekwan a eye yamabunu esi titifie no ahomete na emra Ghana mampanyine His Excellency John Dramani Mahama elbontoa no wokan se woba wode dwumadie bi egu akwan ma ye friend se dwumawura a eno eba beboa pa mamabunu dodo na etimi anya dwuma ye nenso so as woba ye akoyehwebuada yenten ho asem se de esi ekobia ne no enam ye domkuma na ba no dani abedi ekire ye maame Patricia kasa wie ye no ena dom kase no ba no dani so ekeka ensem bi edefa ho na moma yenkotie ya maame Patricia said you sika ensem no fa
Partisan corporation to treat youth unemployment as a national security priority. Then we'll look at the public sector reforms and service delivery. We'll handle education, delayed feeding grants in certain secondary schools, and persistent shortages of teaching materials undermine quality education. Health. While a medical trust fund was created, fundamental issues, NHIS arrears, and occasional drug shortages in public facilities have not been resolved. The minority welcomes genuine efforts to cut waste, but cautions that reforms so far appear too slow and largely cosmetics. Then we look at the taxes and revenue. Ghanaians are taxed enough. The minority reiterates its firm position. No new taxes on an already burdened citizenry. That is what we are fighting for. It must be placed on record that the NDC, while in opposition, vehemently opposed certain taxes, yet has introduced its own levies in government. A glaring contradiction.
Onimonyamfo Patricia Apia Jamra Shebedwani a wogina moma amanfo a womo asokwa abato mpasua sonka ene ete ye no na nanu si ye no na minority leader Yera Mahama Ayarega nso ekasai majority leader Yera Mahama Ayarega ekasai ya ono nso so ne nsem no sei netie.
You couldn't really show one factory that was created under one D1F. Ultimately, what we saw was that you went and picked existing factories. If they were collapsing under your watch. You went and picked existing factories and said you were giving them 1D, 1F, which was a bailout. But you see, in spite of that, the factory still collapsed because they came under the weight of huge interest rates. They couldn't even get money from the banks to borrow because you were borrowing all the money from the banks. And then the interest rates were so high and inflation was so high. So at the end of the day, the businesses couldn't compete. So traders resorted to smuggling and the borders are porous, so a lot was coming in. A lot of the factories shut down and they moved to Ivory Coast. A lot of the factories started producing far, far below their capacity, which then meant that they had to retrench existing, workforce. And so it compounded the situation. If you ask factory owners, they will tell you that the greatest incentive is not a 1D, 1F, package. The best incentive is make sure interest rates.
Majority leader Onimonyamfo Mahama Ayarega nensem na etwagu ye no na ye borwemu ewo oforukrom abato mpasua so Onimonyamfo Michael Kwesi Edu na gina musem ra Shebedwani edema wo mo na wono nso akasa a wo ka wo se sede wukoye nkura nkuma animu a wo mo eni ayaresabea ewo honom na chip compound mpanyimfo timi esisi bi edema wo mo nso obekono na chese nurse ni ba ko penalty ho afidi a yede cheke eye ni BP a ebi ni ho afidi a yede cheke yede ye Johnson test a ebi ni ho de yede cheke weight kura mpo no ebi mpo eni ho nti opemfo bi ba se wo ba beje eye awomu nimde anase wo ba behwe se de ne ba no ho sitie ana wono amumpo apomuden ho nsem esitie a na chese akoye boachi bidin enu gina so ma ye maame mo ye hwe ye maame mo bebre titiru emra wo mo ekọ awoso nenom ene wo srese nkebeya empanyufo enka bi
of this country. I'm referring to the CHIPS compound system. So, Speaker, if we are paying more attention to the CHIP compound system, it will solve this problem of preeclampsia, because most women, especially those in the rural areas, do not get access to antenatal care and antenatal services. And quite interestingly, by the time they even move from where they stay to the healthcare center, whatever would have happened. Mr. Speaker, we need to invest more in our health system, especially in our communities, by making sure that we train community health service providers so that they can check some of these things. For instance, a pregnant woman going for antenatal, the least she can have is at least get her BP monitored, her urine protein checked, and all these things, so that at least we know that we are safeguarding our women. We are putting up a defense mechanism as a first step to checking pre-eclampsia. Quite recently, I had the opportunity to visit most of the CHIP compounds in my constituency. Mr. Speaker, it will interest you to know that in Oforukrum, where we will say is quite urbanized, we have only 4 CHIP compounds, 300,000 populates. We have an Agenda 111 situated in the constituency to serve the constituency, which is at 95% complete, but as of now has not been operationalized.
Onimonyamfo Michael Kwesi Edu eye mrahye edema amanfo a womo Oforukrom abato mpasua so nensem na etwagu ye no na ye wuramu ewo eye Youth Employment Nsusu Agency CEO a wono eneda no eye Malik Basantale na wono nso akasa de adesre ekode ama womo eka bi wo mu oman mu se wosere wo ma da emra so se wo mutime eso akyerɛkyerɛfo a womo ekyerɛ eye Arabic no asene wose wo mododo no musa na yehwe nkremo som na anase yehwe zongo communities ahodo na mofra wo hono modoso pa ne mabu na wo hono modoso na se yenya kyerɛkyerɛfo dodo a wo mo betimi akyerɛ wo mo ade a eno ebetimi aboa ama yetimi ahyepu mofra no titiri wo musuban ekwan yesese wo mofa so nimdie eye enwuma ne ade ne nyina betimi aboa ma zongo communities ne nyina timi atumpon.
Of our brothers and sisters we are losing gradually through drug abuse and all these things, especially in our zongos where I come from. It is because Arabic instructors those days are no longer encouraged to do more, to inculcate the values of responsibility in our brothers and sisters. So we are gradually losing them to all manner of things, true or false. And so, my brothers and sisters, let us continue to dedicate our time. Let us sacrifice our time to continue in our brothers and sisters in the Zongos, so that we are able to bring everybody back on stage. And we'll fight this drug menace, we'll fight all these little issues in our Zongos and everywhere. And together, I'm sure we'll be proud.
Ora Malik Basantale de Sansen wenyina atudwa ewon kran pumpuni mantemu eye kanda Central Mosque womra eye Arabic Education Unit womuhia ya womode nhyiamudie bi ehyehye eso onimonyamfo Eric Esibe eye abankrachi panyine ewo kwada so abato mpasua so ene wono nso akasa ene wo hye yenua ma sabin prediasan wo mo edidem ewo mu ni padua mu se mo mate bia omo wo mu no entime embre o mase mo ma eno ne enka wo mo enhye bia ye bi na mo mfa botaye bi ensi wo mani so nyankopon wo botaye nti a wodi obi bia ba wiase enti de chimato bia ewo wu ni padua mu no emma eno ensi wo ho kwan se wo be pre akwa wanim ewo dwumadie anase adomachede anyankopon ede ama wo no ho wode sansem we nyina atudwa wo mra na eye okogina mu ma Dr. Frank Amoakohene eye Ashanti Regional Minister wo mra na 2026 Ghana Wheelchair Softball Association Clinic and of international tournament no omopa ehon ntoma ase
chess 1 adequacy university so be Sebio Wato Chimakakra school fees back in our assemblies now from our common fund sikana yedema no money given to the disability people with disability was only 2%. By his grace the president of Ghana John Dramani Mahama has increased it from 2% to 5%, over 100% increase. I don't see that there will be a making sure say open register or assembly no just go and register with the assembly machine ɛna wopɛ yɛbɛtɔ ama wo abobo ya ɛna wopɛ yɛbɛtɔ ama wo fridge ɛna wopɛ sɛ wode tɔ nsuo yɛbɛtɔ ama wo sɛ nipa no dɔɔso a yɛkyɛm nti mmerɛ ne kɔ n'anim no kɔtali sika bi a ɛbɛba biara no na yɛyɛ ɛde ama wo assembly bi a ɔbɛyɛ no adwene sɛ ɔde ne nsa ɛbɛka pwd sika no aban no ɛmfa nkyɛ no ɛwɔ kwan biara so ɛno nti mɛsrɛ mo na monyi mo ho mfi biribiara mu sɛ yɛbɛkɔ yi no ɔwo bɛyɛ yɛ sɛ dabi we cherish you you are like us ɛnyɛ mu a na ka bi anwuma bebree wɔ hɔ mpo a yɛnyɛ nipa nyɛ yɛbapɔ ɔtumfoɔ ne mpaboa asɛm yɛ ɔhyɛ ɛde kɔ dwom no ɛyɛ obi a ɔmɔ ne masters o ɛna ɔte akonnwa mu ɛna ɔyɛ ma no but now president ne pɛ sɛ mutu anammɔn ɛnyɛ da biara na mobɛyɛ subɛka adwuma ɛnyɛ da biara na mobɛyɛ adwuma a ɛyɛ nsa no adwuma monkada fam monkɔ school no na ɛyɛ free na mo nso montumi mmɛyɛ ministers ɛwɔ ɔman no mu yɛdeɛ yɛwɔ hɔ ma mo flagship program sɛ ɛyɛ national apprenticeship program go and register you will be considered first say yeah and nkokɔ nketenkete go and register say yeah youth in agriculture go and register you will be considered first.
Onimonyamfo Eric Esibe nsem no ono na ya aban krachi panyine ewo kwada so abato mpesua so na nanu si ya na pe na ewra Nimo Elizabeth Emmanuel a wono na ye kyerɛkyerɛfo Edema National Wheelchair Softball Association wono nso ejina akonya yi so di adesre eto eye aban na afe ankrankran no wo mo nsem wo bi se wo mu hia mo apa eye
ahodo Ghana ha ye ne ye ba besia kan na ya hwɛ sɛ hwan na kruwa na esia kan sie ne so no obefa ntie na dwumadie no pate ene sɛ wheelchair softball na ye bɛyɛ no clinic and tournament e Ghana ai me pacho ye start ye no ye first international tournament no ye kɔ no Japan na eye Tokyo City ɛhɔ no ye konkoden ma ye place second ye wie ye no na ye bɛsen ɛkɔ Americans so ye nuanom ekonkoden eno so ye sai place second but last 2 years ye besen ko Nigeria aye Africa ha ehɔ no de ye bomoden age ye kruwa no ɛwɔ yensem bekane na ye bomoden se World Series a ɛba so August yi no ye sai ye no America ye bompa se this time round no emrofo na omo kyerɛyen no ye betumi agye kruwa no de afiri omo asem abagana pacho how aye wo no de financial obia ndi hɔ a opese wo de disabled for ensem to nanimu a opese osum apart from enkrofo kakra bia me yom boni aye da omo ede belt abom yem say ensu to awie bo say from a ombeba no omo de yom si chen na so dodo na wo de wade sere common chen se bia bibi say e koso na mo so emu a obeji wa no ho ba na so mma ye hwe Ghana programs ahodo aye ya enye individual bia de sika ye say beauty pageant a enkofo ba bontin ebesom na so eba situations bi sese ya won say obia eye den e twetwe ne ho enti de hia de di kan no eye financial afi de toso eye moral support.
Ewra Nimo Elizabeth Emmanuel nsem na etwagu ye no yeda so agina santemantan mu ha na ye bo ewra mu ewo eye Amansie South Mansini ni mu amanfo a wo mo ewo ho na ne wo de o made sre ekode Ghana Education Service ayetwa ne tia from say GES nsa o mo sre o mada o mu hia kyerɛkyerɛfo pa wo mpotamu ho enti se posting bi eba wo mo nhwɛ se akyerɛkyerɛfo mo de o mo beto mpotamu ho nom no edoso pa ye na afen so no o mu entimi wasane beya adekyerɛ ho nsɛm ebetimi awie mu die na no na wonimonyamfo Peter Awre a wono na ye presiding member edema Amansie South Mansini no ekasa ya wo kyerɛ sɛ mpo bia ya akyerɛkyerɛfo yi ba wo bɛda no aya na eden na efiewrafo no nsusu hu sɛ akyerɛkyerɛfo mu firi aban omo ya aban adwumanti atwamenebuo bi aya na omo de ma omo na ya na ahomete pa
onyamode amame kusɛ ɛyɛ Amansie South District na say Manson Dubia constituency education more challenges bebree na ne di kan pa accommodation ya dia teachers for no more it's a serious problem said the menu no di kan kan ye no how for your mining community eti ama bibia boy den and the teachers for so yenim said the omo bibia sitie omo ntimi compete ti abana mem amebo omo NCC bungalows ni bi ama o ma e beti ene na teachers for bia no eniha ukọ GHS and primary teachers for almost 70% at the transfer for now we also say omo call yen so no yenya bi me replace it last 2 weeks kra na me ne education pen for kra the petition and I say request call yes recruitment omo ye bia na omo remfi amase south ba ye kwa pre omo de beba no na accommodation na sanso akwa problem ye besere yam pese ombeba no mbeko omo ge transfer nti aban no emo omo accommodation too ye kwan no so ya de a da bia no ya na asefem ahaba no yapa titiro omo apomuden no eheda eni ho papa no kwan ne nyekra nti mesere se aban no nyemwa na ye kwan so ye suhu ache omo emeboa ye ne to so biem enokra de na se ye nim baby free network problem ene network atiko ochina says ye nim what is really the problem is ti ye besre abano ne MTN ene telesofo enkasa eto good ye am told say eya ye bibia o kakra na omo ene ma wa ha no mehwe ni ye ma ye because eya ye too many intimi network intimi nyina so even 1 week kra wa bra entinko nti challenges in there e bebre na we ne ade ye critical pa e wo se abano ebeye ye mo
Onimonyamfo Peter Are na woye presiding member ewo Amansie South mensinimu nensem na etwagu ye no na Alhaji Osman eye vice chairman edema NDC eye party na wo monkrabata ewo Amansie West mensinimu asante mantam heya wo sere se eye ide ada fahye ya empanyimfo ede akwakohye eye mebusumanyimu ne da etoso aduonu enso afim eye 2026 mu ano bia nhwe se wode ne ho ebehye bi efri se saa mra no mu na se ye bekaya ye papa prophet Abraham wotimi agina asobo afode konkono edema nyankopon a ene wanya nhira bebre ntikramoni bia nhwe se saa dwumadie kase ya ebasu obi bia de ne ho behyem no wayere ne ho adi amanumunyam ahye awrade na afenso wahwe ho ahira obia
so wo bi kwa I say idea Yankopon ahihya to so wohwe Abraham na oni sika odi beto twan kura odi bobo afore ti Yankopon e ka se won fa ne ba emfa bo afore ma ojitu e de ba no e ko to wan ka obo afore a ko twan ne ba no mene e de ama Yankopon ene Yankopon na ade utwan free e so ayi no e de bram em se sa bokasa mu e wo Bible mu e wo Quran ena odi sa odwan sacrifice e banya enti enu na ya hye no so afi bia ogide ni bia no se wo bo afore e manya enti we ya afore bo ena ye bo enti wo bi na obetuma akom na 2000 kura na adoye ena wo de mama yafo because wo tumi kum aboa na de o wo nchen wa nya bia nkono na wo tumi mani bi na sa da no nkwan hwama na nkopon wa manyame abode kra no aba no enti na nkopon be shawma na wa shiraw bebre because idea ehye edebay se wuti brono so na nyame ato nsa komunantwie na obi aga bewe na saada no enye krabahwe na nyakopon so emfa ne to
Alhaji Osman eye vice chairman edema NDC amenyoku no wo eye Amansie West mensininimu nensem na etwagu ye no na ye bwawramu ewo enigidie mu nsemu na oba so no tuntum se oyuo Christabel upon Dazi the Agaspa baby. What's me chain pe Chris.
And so
then you muti say.
Yami adom na nso e.
Adom na ne kura yi mu nyinaa. Ma ne nkɔe enwumre die na ade mayen.
Ahwenie me da se na kyese de aduru so no no ana ahwenie abɔ ne tofa no na kyese ye kɔ ni straight dia a ya papa ya de nyinaa eye director 1 Jackson Kye Bentum ode nsɛm bi aba betudwa wo se sɛ wo yɛ sinitwani na sɛ wo ji wo hutum sɛ wo yɛ sinitwani nko ade asa wo yɛ oba asa wo yɛ bɛma ro bia yɛ de bɛma wo bia wo sɛ wutimi yɛ na wo yɛ ni yɛ
making art to say o best now oba amroba that doesn't mean say o amroba and as be your bar na ba na ka say to prostitute that doesn't mean say we are prostitute end of the day no yeah they kire say o fa kwan we so a say na beto and as we so for kran na ka say kupra amroba end of the day no o pure amroba na end of the day say na to no nti the example a kire obi nti ro de ma o sinimu no as a good actor ro bi e be so we so we wa say bi a me van say me de go nkwa na me sofo na se me ba sofo ntimi me play obi ati se sofo ru ana se me de me mpe ade a meye a ebi a meye a no film no your casting director casting director on na ehun se nipa smasi we no betima e ti me script wi a me metimi ehwe obi su cry script we film be this zonto gusta me hwe lemon so na me de three story me na me chere ndo be nye se wo ba wo be kind of because I script ato wo ba me na me chere de wo ye na me mpa me ka se da bi eni nti so ba se so a wonim ze itwa bebre ni ayi bi the me na we nti na film by the ka se film by John Wu na se film by Jackson Kye Bentum film the me na me
na chese se ye di ro bi ma wa eno nkyerese sa na wusuban ankasa tenti wo ya na wa hwehwe na wa ye ni yie na osan to aso se so pese obeye sinitwani a fa kwan pa na ankasa so na kokko hu director o da sinitwana no na one ne nkokasa
and am also to say so approach good people because sometimes no ye ngofo ro ho a omo na say directors ni din obo obetimi akoju physical na see but so no obi na obetimi na wa adwuma so hwemi yi na hwe directors omo e wo ha ni ade na say be at because obetimi akoju abeju sika ye ngofo ebra omo ko enkrase be no makoji go physical no da say directors ni say wo person ye ata na so person actress na say we crew member e so he right way na offer na hwe director me fence wo adwuma bi o record na ade so fitia na do sika komo bia.
Okay. Obi
Way Jackson Kye Bentum director 1 no nti no wa pese we sinitwani no ya mo pese mu twasini a mo nkwana mkonko hu directors na nkasa enfefe fa nchenchen mo obi nkonko che wonya onnya do especially so your ba no na ye to aso ni ya nua ba shila de ode me ma me aha Mother's Day na nwum na ye de celebrate no ne ho asem na making ni ebisa ne say Nigerians and Ghanaian musicians no wa munyo mpa na kwa animu no kire mu say Nigerians ndi omukọ omanim pa
beginning no now some of the Nigerian artists omoba Ghana and yeah top artists A-list artists be collaborate and sa kwa no omonyuma kwa say make a Burna Boy and Shatawale Hosanna they came together to do it. Bena, if you are Nigerian, it was happening so many times. Oboni, this man, maybe you fine, but at a point in time, I realized, I don't know whether you're I'm branding here, and Nigeria for the question idea, bro. So, since I'm in your said, can't get to see TikTok until any new school, which is leave the boy or more Afrobeat, you can say we are picking. And then we are not picking in our own. Say Nigeria ni be ma ni traditional beat, no de kakraka home. Na yeah with it. We are not doing that. I'm hoping say me and yeah felt to say bear her life. Kwame Eugene was trying. He did one. Let me not say try. He be man rise him but so far there. Okay, just that the Nigerians are ahead. Omo unko machi, omo komeni, omo ko America ne other international.
Uti, who feels said Diana could do something pension.
First of all, no.
Way shila de ode me mami. I say who fa me mo miss me mami. Aha nti ohima esta sa wa onim se mese wana papa Gaspar se mese wo ho monchemfa wo fie hwe na se nwumre mechia me ame wo fa wo fa pia ba ko pe mechia wo pa na se aha na mre be ma ye kwan ma ye de ni je de mu nsam na si na me ame de ba ye me Christabel upon Dazi a Gaspar baby ahwene so ma ye
a Gaspar baby kasia no asi osamufo eye owura Emmanuel Odro Korea Junior Amwaten so eka ho bi na ono nso ekurichire bibia gu nkrata so edemaye nene de obetimi tina afidie yachi abɔ no white na afi wo chinchim afidie no fruma ebobo AI voices ni nyina ma yen no eye honorable ba kope Richmond Frimpong adwumawura enono Akuafo Kye aha enti anwumre kase no asi Emmanuel Odro Korea na samu me nso amegye mre ebebi ni nyina de ma mo no me edin amegye so aye nana adisipokia ahwenne me sorry see de na kyese Akuafo Kye honorable ote hodada enche bia